Okay, hey guys, setting up my equipment again, and here I have my second Neumann TL103 in its case, its fancy case, and I kind of just wanted to talk about this for a second. Again, these microphones are over $1,000 a piece, and then you include the shock mount and everything. And you're looking at a setup of like literally $3,000. If you buy the fancy shock mount with these microphones and fancy Mogami XLR cables and audio interface, I mean, easily $1,000 for two of these Neumann microphones, brand new. $3,000. $3,000 setup. And I use these microphones because they're the best sounding things I could possibly find in existence, and they sound the best to me. So that's the reason why I use them. But honestly, in my opinion, you should just buy two Rode NT1 microphones. These things are like I think $270 about, tax. Pretty expensive, like $300, but two of these for $600. Stereo pair of Rode NT1 microphones. They have ultra low self noise, a signal to noise of 90 dBA, which is insane. Or a self noise of 4 dBA. Signal to noise 90 dBA. Anything in the high 80s is ultra low noise, and you can't really get much better than 90 dBA. So these are some of the lowest self noise microphones on the market. No audible hiss or noise generated from them. So yeah, and these have a very transparent sound. I think the Neumann TL103s sound a little bit more transparent and a little bit more flattering, a little bit brighter, a little bit more clear, because they have a big treble boost. So these are my favorite microphones. But if I had to do it all over again, I'd probably buy them again if I have the money. But I think most normal people, and in general, if you buy the Rode NT1, most people cannot tell an audible difference, really. So you're getting, basically I'm saying buy the Rode NT1s and be done with microphones. These, they sound a little bit better, especially for like professional voiceover, voice acting. Like, these are mainly, in my opinion, for professional voice actors, and the Rode NT1 is more for like a end game YouTuber microphone. These are for like, again, the thing is, can I tell a audible difference between these microphones? Yes. Is it that big of a difference? No. But it's big enough of a difference that I prefer these. Like, it's really about like really sitting down and nitpicking these for long periods of time. That's the difference, and you have to have extremely transparent headphones, and you just have to really sit down and nitpick it for long periods of time. And then you can hear a little bit more transparency with the TL103, a little bit more flattering of a sound. Honestly, these roll off the sub bass below 75 hertz intentionally, the TL103, while the Rode NT1 is actually, it extends into the sub bass, which actually makes it better for ASMR, because you get that low end rumble when you rub the microphones. So I just wanted to make this video because you should be getting Rode NT1s. if you make YouTube videos. TL103, maybe if you're a voice actor enthusiast who just wants to really take it to the end. Some people say that you should buy a Neumann U87AI, which is like almost $4,000 if you buy the complete shock mount XLR cable set with the windscreen and everything. Those are like $3,500 with tax and everything. You know, it's basically $4,000, especially once. Yeah, so these actually sound more musical, more flattering in my opinion, more sparkly than the U87AI, which I think sounds a little bit duller, a little bit more nasal actually. So I think the TL103 actually sounds a little bit more transparent than the U87AI, but it does sound maybe a little bit musical, a little bit brighter, and some, you know, a little bit more sibilant, and that's what people complain about this one, but I actually prefer that. I think it sounds really good. Same with these headphones. They're very sparkly, they're very musical, they're very flattering, they're very shimmery. Basically, they have a really extended treble response on these headphones and the microphone that some people, you know, think, you know, maybe sounds a little bit too sibilant, or some people think sibilance is harshness. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Anyway, just wanted to make this video because I am like setting this stuff back up again, and you know, when I look around at the microphone options that are out there, you know, there's at least a dozen different brands that are constantly churning out microphones. And currently, at this point in time, you know, all factors considered, I think the Rode NT1 is still, you know, the best bang for your buck, best option for most people. But honestly, the Rode NT1 does sound a little bit broken to me in direct comparison of the TL103. The TL103 just kind of fixes some of the tonality problems that I don't like about the Rode NT1. So, but I mean, that's once you're really nitpicking it, you know. Anyway, this is my favorite microphone of all time. You know, ultra low self noise, 7 dBA self noise. You know, ultra transparent, ultra flattering to the sound source. Yeah. You know, and there's multi-$1,000 microphones out there that don't sound as good as this one. Typically because they're more colored in the mid-range. This has very flat mids. So does the Rode NT1. They're pretty flat. Anyway, so flat mids, treble boost is typically what you want for spoken word. But like I said, the TL103 rolls off the sub bass, so there's not as much low end rumble as there could be for ASMR. Because typically for, you know, voiceover and spoken word, you don't really want a lot of low end rumble below 75 hertz. So yeah, this is one of those microphones, you take it out of the box, you talk into it, and it sounds like a polished record. You know, some people could argue, oh, it's got too much sibilance, use a de-esser. I don't think so. And you can always put like a windscreen and a pop filter in front of it, and that will tame a lot of those higher frequencies a little bit. But anyways, this is a center terminated large diaphragm condenser, the Neumann TL103. But I think most people, again, do I think the Rode NT1 is perfect? No, but it's, you know, pretty much everything else out there is more colored, has more problems. And, but yeah, I think the Rode NT1, you know, you get two of those and you have a in-game ASMR setup, or, you know, an in-game YouTube microphone. This is just really, you know, the TL103 is just to take it that one step farther. Like if you want to do professional voice acting, or you just want to impress people, because like I said, a lot of people can't really tell much of a difference between these two microphones. You know, there's differences, but you know, at that point you're kind of, you know, obsessing on it.